Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. Today from Hasbro in their Marvel Legends series, we are featuring Marvel Knights Daredevil. Okay, so this is a fantastic version of Daredevil. It captures Daredevil in his King Daredevil costume. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this version of Daredevil, at a certain point in time, shortly after Elektra takes up the mantle of Daredevil, Murdock returns as leader of the Fist, which we see back here. Here are all the Fist followers, and he kind of gets updated with a new costume, which is known as the King Daredevil costume. He has the beard, he's a lot more rougher around the edges, and it's a completely wicked cool look. So during this time period, he's battling over control of the streets in Hell's Kitchen against the Punisher, who coincidentally has become the leader of the ninja force known as the Hand. So you have Daredevil with Elektra and the Fist taking on Punisher and the Hand. The Hand at that time period, like I mentioned, was controlled by Frank Castle, aka the Punisher. The Hand has seen various leadership, throughout its history, ranging from the Mandarin to the Kingpin, even characters like Sabretooth. But going back to Daredevil, this is a great looking version of the figure, and I can't wait to check this out. This belongs to the Mindless One Build-A-Figure wave. Includes Gamerverse Iron Man, Blade, Lady Bullseye, Luke Cage, the Fist Ninja, which, if you want, you can army build those, and they could accompany Daredevil. Clea from Doctor Strange, and Daredevil right here. The Iron Man's cool because it's from Midnight Suns, and if you're into the Marvel era from maybe 14 years ago, the Marvel Now era, it's a great inspired costume with the gold and black color scheme. So this is a figure I actually want to pick up if I can run into it. This figure set came out some time ago, so I'm going to have to hunt these down online. Alright, so we have King Daredevil in hand. It's looking great. Lots of awesome accessories come included with him. He has the baton, which could break apart into two pieces, which we see here. He has the dual blades on the staff. Much like other Daredevil's figures we've seen in the past, his batons connect, and you have a longer staff piece. And much like other Daredevils also, you can take them apart, and then you go sheath them over here in their scabbard, like so, which is awesome. Nice metallic finish on the blades on the spear. So that's really well done. It's a softer plastic, so you don't have to worry about breaking it or snapping it unless you bend it too far. As for King Daredevil himself, let's take a look at him up close. Beautiful looking head sculpt. My only complaint is that I kind of feel like this might be a case of the molding process, but I kind of feel like his beard looks a little bit sloppy. It's not as clean and hard-edged as some of the other bearded figures I've seen in the past from Marvel Legends, but it's still really well done. Don't get me wrong. A much interesting take on Daredevil with the exposed beard and the somewhat longer hair. Some of you will remember, Matt Murdock was kind of locked away in prison, and the guy that comes out, he's a little bit different than he was before. I love the scarf around his neck. The Daredevil logo is cleanly printed upon his chest. He has the scabbard where you can store the batons and on the belt. Nicely sculpted bandaged gloves. A clean design for the pinless elbows and pinless knees. He's wearing the baggier ninja-like pants with the leg wrappings on the shins and feet. And yeah, it's a fantastic looking figure. It's a really nice shade of red, although it's looking a little bit more saturated on camera than if you saw it in person. In terms of his articulation, his head swivels. It does not look down due to the beard colliding with the scarf piece. Same with going back, so you're kind of restricted in that regard, which is unfortunate because Daredevil is kind of like, characters always jumping and leaping. So it'd be nice to get him in like more dynamic poses with his neck, but that's not going to be the case. His arms move upward and downward. They go outward, and it's nice too because they took into consideration the shoulder armor here. So when you go upward, it's going to slide into the body like that, so you get a somewhat greater range of motion. He has a bicep cut here, a double pinless design for the elbows, articulated wrist as usual, ab crunch, an arch back, swivel at the waist, legs kick upward. As I mentioned, there's a thigh cut up there, pinless double jointed knees, and articulated ankles. In terms of the figure's height, I'm guessing, I want to say 6.5 inches. Let's see if I'm right on that. Yeah, a little bit short of 6.5 inches. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends X-Men Vulcan figure. Here he is next to Wolverine, shorter figure on the spectrum. And if you have this figure, you definitely need the Elektra in Daredevil costume, which I have right here. So Matt's costume's kind of coming off of the heels of Elektra's run as the main character. And these two figures look fantastic next to each other. This figure here, this one really wowed me. You can remove the head. Let me see if I can get it off right. You can remove the head, and then you expose her face. And this just looks amazing. You kind of have this Daredevil power couple going on. It looks really, really cool. I kind of wish that feature would be for this figure. I kind of wish you could remove the scarf, but the scarf is sculpted onto the torso, so yeah, excellent figure. If you have one, I think you really need the other. They complement each other so well, and they kind of like really embody this era in the comic books. You know, Daredevil's always had a very rough and storied history. And at this point, it's kind of cool. You know, he's taking leadership of the Fist, and he's taking on his longtime ally and rival, the Punisher. Alright, so with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.